Hello and welcome to all you Capricorns. Welcome for your monthly forecast for July 2014. What is happening? Well, your ruler is going direct again. As from around the 21st, Saturn, your ruler, is going direct again, which is associated as feeling that you are going places and that your energy, you will feel that in your energy level that is a bit more uplifting when Saturn goes forwards. In your 11th house, the house of aspirations, the house of friends, the house of the future. So you have been restructuring that for quite a while. You have been working on making your future different, in starting with the ideas about the future. And it starts with ideas, of course, and it also starts with you clearing out some views that are no longer, or some goals that you had, or that were no longer shifting you. So, and for a lot of you, that will have to do with work. So and now when Saturn goes direct again, that means that you have done some work, some inner work probably, when it comes to what's my purpose here. And the 11th house has a lot to do with intention. So clearing out the bad intentions and going very deep, actually knowing what is a good intention and what is not. And then just clearing them out and going for the good ones that are really doing good for you, and by that also good for other people when they are connected with your higher self, of course. So a lot of Capricorns are doing a lot behind the scenes and preparing themselves to make some shifts when it comes to work, because Mars is still in that 10th house for about the whole month. So as on the 27th, it shifts into your 11th house in Scorpio, but for the biggest part of the month it's still in your 10th house, moving fastly forward now. So a lot of Capricorns are doing a lot to make their jobs successful, and you know, they identify a lot now with work, or even if you don't have a job, with trying to get one. And that will be the case if you put lots of energy there. If you do lots of energy, because Mars is energy. Whatever Mars is where our energy is. So, watch out for ego conflicts with bosses maybe, or with the government, with Mars there in the 10th house. But I don't think that will be too much of a problem, because now it goes direct and it has gained some tempo. And which is good. And Mars is also going into that 11th house together with Saturn later on, actually next month, but it means that you are going to still put a lot of energy in, still you know, with your whiteboard, what do I want for the future. And sometimes a lot of people who have had Saturn in their transiting in their 11th house, they also lose a lot of friends, because it's the house of friends. But actually it's okay. Not that these friends were bad people, not at all. It's just about aligning yourself. You have changed, you have other dreams, you have new dreams, new aspirations, and logically new friends will come in that will suit you better now. Not that they are better than the other friends, but it's just they're going to be, or they're going to be older, or you're going to have a more committed relationship with your friends. That is also Saturn in the 11th house. So very interesting there. But at the same time, around the 17th of the month, Jupiter, which has done a lot for you when it comes to relationships, or trying to do a lot there, is going to shift into Leo. So we will all feel that shift. But for you, it has to do with the 7th house versus the 8th house. So a lot of Capricorns, especially with a Capricorn rising sign, have met the one that they wanted to meet. In other words, have met their loved ones, their loved one that was very much that they find a lot of meaning there in their relationship. Or maybe some Capricorns have broken up, but they have did that in a way that was rather positive. I mean, with not too much of a problem with divorce things and all of that. That's Jupiter in the 7th house. And some will have encountered people that are Jupiterian-like in their lives, that have helped them to become a bit more positive in life, because Jupiter in the 7th means that the people that you are going to attract in your life are going to be Jupiterian. So maybe from a different culture, and if it's not that, well, totally different than you. And maybe a bit younger than you, could be the case as well, but very optimistic. So, and of course that says something about you. It means that also you are seeing a bit more light when it comes to relationships. Notwithstanding the fact that you have maybe had a rough time with relationships, especially those who have Pluto on their sun sign or moon sign, so around 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 degrees. So if you are a Capricorn that is born around, let's look very quickly, that is born around the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th of January, is having a bit of a important time there with Pluto on your sun sign, because that means you are really transforming, and with that comes also the relationship transforms, whether you stay with that person or not. It's always a change, but it's a change for the better. It's a change for more authentic relationships. Now Jupiter is going to shift into your 8th house, which is a way more psychological house. It's a deep house, so you're going to spend not only as from July, but also the next year, having Jupiter in your 8th house in Leo. So what could that mean? It could mean that you are getting more value from other people. You are, whether that is money or whether that is people that are really seeing who you are all about. And the Jupiter is in Leo, so it's about your authentic self, it's about the true you, it's about enjoying yourself and understanding yourself deeper in a psychological way. That's in a nutshell, Jupiter in your 8th house. It's 8th house is a difficult house, but Jupiter is a benefic. So it means that you are going to explore and to understand more about the difficulties of life, about the fears in your life, about the taboos in your life, about the things about yourself on a psychological level that is not so easy to face. So, and Capricorns, they do that. They are ruled by Saturn, and they know how to keep on going. Because that's what Saturn is all about, to keep on going and to become the wise man or woman. Jupiter in the 8th gives not only opportunities for, on a very mundane level, to get maybe inheritance, to get maybe some money from the bank or a return of taxes, could be the case as well, but on other levels it's also expansion when it comes to your knowledge about life and death, about really metaphysical subjects, also the occult, maybe a bit more interested in that, exploring more, but it's also like in understanding yourself better in a psychological way that will help you in the next year when Jupiter goes then into your 9th house and spreading that knowledge that you have and that you have gained through this year. So I think it's going to be really interesting for Capricorns having Jupiter in their 8th house. It's also the house of transformation. So as Capricorn is one of the most controlling signs and controlling in a positive word, that is mastering. You will gain information about yourself on a very deep level, and putting the mask away. And by putting your mask away in intimacy, also gaining more the benefits of intimacy, of sharing with a special person those difficult things to share, you know, showing that who you really are without any superficiality, and being in the vulnerability, being very strong there, but knowing with who you are doing that. This is also the benefits of Jupiter in the 8th house. We underestimate it because it's not really seen. It's the 8th house is a bit of a hidden house. It's a water house, and we don't always see quickly what the benefits are after that transit. But it goes a bit more deeper than that. So this is the most important thing, I think. Oh yes, also Mercury going direct in Gemini, which is going to shift into your 7th house as from the 14th. So the middle of the month is, you could say July is still an important month for relationships, in that way of communicating with each other, understanding each other better, and finding out information about the person that you're close with, or about the person that you are interested in. If you are not in a relationship, you are going to find out more information about them, and that will be good. You will benefit from that. So, wishing you all the best, you Capricorns, having a good month for the month of July. And of course, if you want to have a reading, look at the link below. All information is there. Thank you for watching, and see you next month. Bye bye.